the post-game press conference here for NIU. We have Keyshawn Williams, Zul Queck with us. Questions for these guys?
These guys played a pretty tough game. It was close all the way to the end. You guys got off to a hot start shooting the ball. Kind of didn't focus on it as much in the second half. Was there like a game plan to that, or was it just a look you guys were getting?
Coach just told us in the second half, like whatever look we can get, just try to roll with it. So we were just trying to get quick action so we can just try to get ourselves back in the game.
Sorry, I didn't know if you wanted both of them to answer that.
We just capitalized. Like we just went with the shots that we could get and what the defense gave us.
That what do you guys think was the cause of that big run coming out of the half? Got out. You guys were close. Got out to a double-digit lead.
We just weren't locked in. I mean, we knew that we had to come out and defend, and we gave them too many easy baskets, and they killed us on the rebounds. Coach, he told us in the scouting report that if we don't rebound, it's going to be a tough loss, and that's exactly what happened.
We didn't get stops and score. We didn't get the proper stops and scores, and so it bit us in the butt at the end.
Obviously, you play them again for your next game Saturday. Was there any positives you can take that you guys can use for that game Saturday?
Play harder. I mean, that's what it is. We just got to play harder, and then we know that we got to get after them on the boards because that was a big one in this game. So we're going to make adjustments. It's a quick turnaround, so we're going to make adjustments, and hopefully we'll be fine.
We're going to watch film. We're going to learn from our mistakes that we did and understand and make sure not to do it next time.
And what were the positives that you saw, in the game that you did in the first half, especially when you guys were right in there and had some leads? And
We're just going to keep fighting. I mean, our record doesn't show, like, how hard we play, so we're just going to keep fighting. That's something that we're going to do regardless. Up 10, down 10, we're going to keep fighting. Like, we were down in the second half, and we kept fighting. That's one thing that we're always going to do.
all right, anything else for these gentlemen? All right, we'll let you guys go. Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Williams, yep, I forgot. You too.
And then Jeff's here.
Hey, Jeff. Good.
We'll go ahead and get started with Coach Burno's post-game press conference. Coach, what's the statement about today's game?
Buffalo's a really good team. We had our chances in the first half. Had a bad 2 minutes that was reminiscent of our last 2 minutes of the first half versus Eastern Michigan. But throughout the game, those guys, they put you in really tough situations because of their size. Very experienced team. Obviously they shot 25 free throws. We shot 9. So that puts you in harm's way. That puts you in a situation where your margin of error is slim when you're not creating and manufacturing points. And so we had to be able to continue to make shots to stay in the game. I thought our guys competed. I think we cut it to 7 with a chance to cut it to 5 with a front end of a 1-and-1 with about 3 minutes to go. We didn't execute a couple things down the stretch. They did. But I would say the first 4 minutes of the second half and the last 2 minutes of the first half really put us in harm's way and put the game, obviously, to whereas we had to chase and try to get back into it. But this is a game that we got to watch film tomorrow, quick turnaround, get on a plane and practice up there, more of a walkthrough, and then the ball goes up at 2 o'clock on Saturday versus the same team. So we'll make some minor adjustments, but we got to be more physical and we got to be able to manufacture points. We can't have 9 free throws versus their 25. Some of the bright spots, we also had 19 assists, 9 turnovers. So the ball was moving. Guys were making shots. We just got to get stops, and we got to manufacture, especially when we're not, getting other production. We had 2 guys in doubles. We needed Trendon and a couple other guys to step up, and so we got to do a better job of that.
With the free throw situation, were they taking more than you guys were? Or just not getting calls?
I got to talk to my senior advisor in the back. She said that they were being aggressive, and we were shooting jump shots.
I know it mentioned towards the end of the halves, there was a little bit of a run that they went on. What can you guys do to maybe set yourselves up better?
Just execute. I think we had a live ball turnover that got them out in transition. And this is a team that they don't need much help. You have to take quality shots. You have to run your offense. You got to make them defend. If you do anything that puts them out in transition, you can either count it for a 2 or you're going to foul them. They're that good, with that explosive from those wings. So we just got to watch the film, see what we did wrong. But like I said, I'm proud of our guys. They competed versus a team that has the firepower to put 113 on the board. And so we understood that these guys can go out and score in bunches. We needed to do a better job of keeping the game closer and putting more pressure on them by getting to the foul line and making these guys have to guard.
It's going to be a little frustrating also, so every time they needed a big shot, they made it. That's a little frustrating.
Yeah, and that's that goes back to like when you win the way Buffalo has been winning over the last couple years under Nate Oates and Bobby Hurley. Like that's starting to be ingrained in those guys to be in those moments. Is right, big moments. They're used to it. We're starting to learn what it feels like to be in a close game with a giant like Buffalo, and so it's a process. But our guys understand that we can go out and compete, and we're expected to be in games. This is not we're going to lay down and they're going to run through us. Like we're going to compete. We just got to be able to step up and make plays, crucial plays when it counts. That team did that tonight. We didn't, and obviously that's why they got the win. We needed them. That 21, especially when we had a couple starters with 6, 6, and 2, right? Those other guys stepped up and gave us a needed boost because it would have been a drastically different game if we didn't have those guys produce. But that's why you have a team. That's why these guys are here to contribute when needed. We just got to figure out how we can get everybody moving at the same time. That's been a struggle for us all year. Keyshawn will be Keyshawn. He's a phenomenal talent. We're lucky to have him for 3 more years. But we also got to have, everyone has to produce together. That makes us more dangerous. It's hard to have 2 guys in doubles and a couple guys aren't, who's playing major minutes. So, this was an outlier. I don't expect Trendon to play 34 minutes and have 6 points. But for some reason, tonight wasn't his night, and certain guys like Doishi Hunter stepped up and gave us something.
Despite the record, I mean, the progress this year is about what you thought it would be, or that a little behind it?
You know, we played a game to win, and you know, I understood coming in that this was going to be a process. This team gets better every day. The unfortunate thing is we don't have more time, right? You know, COVID really set us back, but it also was it helped us too because guys got to watch more film, see the process. I got more time, 1-on-1, 2-on-2 with individual instructions. But yeah, the process and the progress is there, right? So I think the most important thing for us is that the league knows that this is not a cakewalk. Right? Recruits know that this is going to be a place that they want to go to. And, yeah, you know, the win-loss isn't where I want it, but I think we're moving in the right direction. In any start of a rebuild, you want to send a signal to the rest of the league that this is a program that they need to pay attention to because we're going to get this thing going. I believe it. The people that works for me believe it, and the players believe it. It's just we need more time. And, you know, Buffalo wasn't Buffalo before Hurley got there. And now it's one of the better mid-major programs in the country. And so we got a process. You know, we got to get through this year. We still have 3 games to go. We're going to compete every inch for, you know, obviously the 120 minutes. And so we'll see where that lies. But I think we're moving in the right direction. I think the rest of the league know that we're moving in the right direction as well.
Not naming names, obviously, but you feel you're going to be an impact recruiting with the suburbs and Illinois kids like you said when you took the job.
Yeah, and I think Keyshawn's productivity, his development, sends a signal to guys who are at different institutions, guys that's coming out of high school. Like, you can come here and get to ultimately where you want to go. You know, Keyshawn came from Tulsa averaging 3 points a game, and I would argue he'll probably be a top 10 player in the MAC. But that's just one piece. You know, we've got some really good recruits that we could talk about. We got a local kid, Amos, who's top 10 in the state. They're going to win a state title, knock on wood. So it's trended in the right direction, but the game is to be played. We still got work to do. We're still out in the recruiting trails. We got some big prospects on campus now. People are starting to pay attention, and you know, we just got to continue to represent the university the right way and go out and compete. Great questions. Well, we try to live in the moment, process this loss, and then yet again, it's a quick turnaround time, so we can't dwell too long. We got to make some minor adjustments, and we just got to go out and do one thing at a time. Play the first 4 minutes, and then try to obviously be in the game to win it down the stretch. And we've done that. I want to say the last five games, it's come down to a couple possessions in the last 4 minutes, and we won 2 and lost 3. So we got to figure that out. They got to realize that we're going to be close to games, and we have to, just turn that corner. And we did it versus Ball State, and we did it versus Akron. Now we've had a couple setbacks at home, and then obviously against Eastern Michigan. So we got to do a better job of that. But I like our chances. I like being an underdog. We're at Northern. People don't really give us a lot of hope anyway, right? Because we're Northern of old. But I like being the underdog, to be honest with you. We're 4-5 on the road. We know what it takes to win on the road. We just got to go out and do it.
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.